Did I check you in, hon? Okay, God, thank you. Sorry. All right. Well, welcome everybody here in the studio and online. It's so wonderful to be with you in this last day of the year. I'm Suzie Newcome. I know there's several folks in here I haven't met yet and online. I am the founder of Namaspa. A little over 15 years ago, I moved back to Bend and started these studios, or started Bend and then this studio 6 years ago, along with Brandy. And I'm just so happy to be with you. And I'm here for the first time leading a class with my husband, Wayne Newcome. Wayne is actually a graduate from our 200-hour teacher training. So he could jump up and teach class too, but instead he's going to play guitar during class. He's also a local musician. And so we'll talk more about his music after class. He'll have a little 30-minute concert of his own songs right after class. So are you ready to get some blood moving, get warmed up, some stretched out? All right, let's come on to your hands and knees. Take child's pose. Yeah, welcome Brenda and Katie. Yes, good to see you. And just start taking some deep breaths in and out through your nose. This is such a special time of year, really a time of renewal, a time where we get to reflect on what we've done in the past year, to notice the accomplishments that we've had, to notice what we might want to bring into the new year and what we might want to leave behind. And I invite you to use this class in that regard. Set an intention here. Pick a word that can be a word. An intention is different from a resolution. An intention is more about who you will be, like who you will be in this class, for yourself and for others around you, who you will be in the world as you leave from this class and out into the new year. Now pick a word or maybe a couple of words to guide your practice. And then you might want to choose some things to let go of. And with every breath out, you could just let go. And you don't even have to think of something, but just let yourself be letting go of the old stuff. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Come up to your hands and knees, downward facing dog. And open up your eyes, look back by your feet. You can pedal your heels up and down. Yeah, start stretching the backs of your legs. Bring your feet together. With your inhale, take your right foot up to the ceiling. Bend your knee, press it over toward the lobby if you're here in the studio, or toward the left side of your mat from home. Wiggle your toes. You can move your knee around, get up in the hip joint. Take a full breath in. Now square your hips and shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, kick up high. Set your foot down and lift your left foot up high. There you go. Bend your knee, open your hips. Yeah, full breaths. Yeah, move the digits around, the joints. We're just getting the synovial fluid moving. It's kind of like the Tin Man. Have you guys seen the comic that shows the Tin Man and he's like, I need yoga. All stuck. But this is it. We're getting the WD-40 moving. Breathe in. Now square your hips, shift forward, knee to nose. Kick up high, breathe in. Set your foot to the mat, walk up to your hands. Take ragdoll, feet apart, grab your elbows. Now, if there's anyone new to the VinYin format? Newer? Yeah, good, welcome. You're new to everything, awesome, I love it. It's Brian, right? Yeah, I love it. Bend your knees a little more, Brian. Yeah, and you could even bring these blocks will be helpful up at the top of your mat. And you can press your hands into them, like right now, it'll help your low back. There you go. Yeah, and you can bend your knees a lot. Yeah, shake your head. So we're gonna flow and create a heat and like a really good sweat. It's like really good for the first 30 minutes of class. And then the last 30 minutes, you're going to lie on the floor and do some sweet, sweet yin stretches. Okay. Good. All right. We're working our way there, but you got to do some work to get there. Okay. Bring your feet together. Drop your arms. Hands up to your hips. Squeeze your belly. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up high. Stretch up. Look up. Fan your fingers out wide. A gesture of openness. Gesture of acceptance and gratitude. And now bring your hands to your heart center and look down at your fingertips. We'll open class with 3 ohms, and here in the studio, we'll do them with the mouth closed. So breathe in. Mountain pose. Look up, reach up high. Bow forward, soften your knees as you fold. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Plant your hands and step back to high plank. And hold high plank a few breaths. Yeah. So you can drop your knees, know that, for Brian or for anyone else. Sometimes more experienced folks, you need that reminder that you can modify. No worries. Squeeze your belly muscles, though. We want to keep those engaged. You could soften right between your shoulder blades. Yeah, there you go. And now on your inhale, shift forward in your tiptoes. Bend your elbows, low plank. Hover or lie down. Upward facing dog. Pull your chest forward. Downward dog. Breathe it out. Full breaths. And listen to the music of your breath. It's so nice. You know, the spaciousness of the guitar, it really gives the space to still be able to hear the sound of your breath, even your neighbor's breath. If you're here or you're at home practicing with someone, take a full breath in together here. Now breathe all the air out, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Halfway lift to a flat spine. Forward fold, breathe it out. Stand up tall, my friends, reach up. Reach up for new possibilities. Bow forward, breathe it all out. Halfway lift, set your gaze in front of your mat, high to low plank or just drop to low. Upward facing dog, squeeze your thigh muscles. Downward dog, breathe out. Yeah, full breaths. You can take child's pose like we started class anytime you need. And then also, again, just know this part of class is meant to wake you up. It's meant to wake up all the muscles and all the cells of your body. So even if your mind is resisting, if your body is willing, go for it. Take a full breath in. Breathe it out. Bend your knees. Step or jump forward. Flat back. Inhale. Pull your shoulders toward the ceiling. Bow forward. Breathe it out. Stand up. Look up toward your fingertips. Bow forward. Halfway lift. Inhale. Low plank. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. Deep breaths. Yeah, look back towards your feet, and you could even spin your heels away from each other a little bit. Just, yeah, taking your heels a little bit away from each other. Create an inward rotation of both legs. There you go, Robin. Take a full breath in now. Breathe it out, bend your knees, step or float forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, breathe it out. Stand up tall, reach high. Bow forward with the exhale. Inhale to a flat back. Low plank. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, exhale. And our breath is so, so important, so dear, so close to really what life is and how we generate life. And so really you could think of these sun salutations as full body breathing, using the whole body to get into all the little parts of your lungs. Take a big breath in together. Empty out, bend your knees, launch forward, halfway lift, inhale, bow, breathe it out. Now bend your knees down, bend your hips, bring your hips to knee level. There you go, booty low, and reach your arms up to chair pose. Now take a peek at your feet. Bring your toes in toward each other and heels apart from each other a bit. Yeah, there you go. Might seem a little bit pigeon-toed, but really we're lining up the outer edges of the feet. Now sink down, cactus your arms out, open your chest, a gesture of love. Breathe in, bow forward, breathe it out. Halfway lift, inhale, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the top of your mat, back foot flat, warrior one. There you go. Yeah, both arms to the ceiling. Squeeze your back legs super strong. Now drop your hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. Press your fists down and open your chest. And now dive your head to the inside of your front knee for humble warrior. Bringing the head below the heart. A good reminder that as we set our goals for the year, can you lead with your heart? Let the heart guide you. With your next inhale, come up to warrior one. Reach both arms up and back. Breathe in, hands down to the floor and step back, low plank. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, left foot forward, warrior one. Now press both feet flat to the floor and really push down. Get super grounded. When we get grounded like this, feeling the feet on the mat, it's really an activation of presence. Bringing your full attention and awareness to this moment, nowhere else. Okay, you can squeeze your back leg straight. There you go. Cactus your arms. Now look up, look back behind you. Big breath in. And take your hands back to your low back. Dive your head toward the inside of your front knee. Humble warrior. Yeah, set your gaze at one point behind you. Breathe deep. Have you ever noticed that you might have had plans that didn't work out, and then whatever happened anyway was even better than you planned? That's the idea of this pose. Like having the intention, but then turning it over to the universe. Come up to standing, warrior one, reach up high and go back. Low plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breaths. Take a big breath in together. Breathe all the air out. Bend your knees. Step or launch forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, breathe out. Bend your knees deeply. Reach up. Chair pose. Just one big breath. Bow forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward dog. Right foot forward to warrior one. Inhale your hands up. Keep breathing until you can't go any further. Low plank, breathe it out. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, keep breathing out as you step your left foot forward. Warrior one, push down, pull in at core, reach up and back. Low plank. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. Take a full breath in together. Empty out all the air. Step or float forward. We're going to take another one of those sun bees. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Chair pose. Look up. Reach high. Fold. Breathe it out. Halfway lift. Low plank. You can step it back. No problem. Upward facing dog. Breathe in. Downward dog. Step your right foot forward to warrior one. Reach high. This time, open your arms to warrior two. Why not? Yeah, and then you can step. I saw Rachel take a big step back with her back foot. It's nice to take a longer stance in this pose. Sink down into your front knee. Press your front knee toward the mirror side of the room or the right side of your mat if you're at home. Now drop your back hand. Flip your front hand up, reach high. Reach up and grab your top wrist with your back wrist. Give yourself a little extra stretch here. Yeah, sink down into your front knee. Big inhale. Hands down to the floor, low plank. Upward dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, left foot forward. Warrior 1. Open to warrior 2. Now renew your intention here. Now press into my hand. There you go, keep pressing. So the intention is only relevant as you renew it each present moment. You make it real. It's not something tying you to the past. I think that's why resolutions sometimes don't work. It's like it's relevant on January 1st, and then 10 days later, other things are happening, not relevant. So your intention is something that's always relevant. It's who you are being. Reverse your warrior. Grab your top wrist with your back hand. Give yourself an assist. Yeah, keep sinking into your front knee and press it toward the left side of your mat. Front knee pressing out. Breathe in. Hands down to the floor. Step back, low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Deep, deep breaths. Yeah. Moving some energy now, yeah? All right. We getting some sweat yet? Anybody sweating? Yeah, I love it. We're sweating here in the Redmond Studio. I hope you've turned up the heat at home. Take a full breath in. Breathe it out. Bend your knees. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center and twist toward the right. So left elbow toward your outer right thigh. Keep your knees together. So again, it'll be easier if you bring your toes into touch. And then open your arms. So lower hand to your outer knee or lower arm. There you go. Now in one step, just step your left foot back behind you for crescent lunge. Yeah, just one step. There you go. I know, it's a balance. You can take your lower hand to the floor. Open your arms. Breathe in. Big breath out. Twist. Warrior 2. Reach forward for extended side angle. Take your right hand down to your right ankle, or yeah, Katie's grabbing for a block. The blocks get super helpful during this part of the class. And now go for a bind. Take a half bind or maybe a full bind. Yeah, you can sink into the front knee here. We're still warming up the hamstrings. Nice. Full breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Look down, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward dog. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Yeah, inhale. All the air out, bend your knees, step or jump forward. Half lift, bow forward. Chair pose, reach up high. Twist to the left. There you go, we're twisting out. Just imagine you're rinsing out 2021. All of it. You know, there were some great parts of this last year. And there are some parts that maybe you didn't appreciate so much. Let go of it all. Be about non-attachment. Open up your arms. Breathe in. Step your right foot back behind you for twisting crescent lunge. Yeah, there you go. Breathe in together. Big breath out. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. Yeah, really bring your breath. Doing great. Try this out. Take your toes toward the lobby a little bit. Awesome. Yeah, you're natural. Take your upper arm around your body. Go for a bind. Breathe here for 3 more breaths. 2 and 1. Hands down to the mat, low plank. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. Big breath in here. All the air out, bend your knees, step or jump to your thumbs. Half lift, inhale. Bow forward. Come all the way up to standing, stretch up high. Eagle on the right side. So wrap your right arm under the left arm. There you go. Bend your elbows. See if you can bring maybe finger to thumb or hands connected in some way, or even press the backs of your hands together. Bend your knees, cross your right leg over the left. Full breaths. Set your gaze in front of you in some way. Maybe one eye's looking through an arm. That's called commitment. Doing it anyway. Something's blocking my view. I'm focused anyway. Mountain pose. Sweep up. Other side eagle. Left arm under this time. There you go. Left leg over. Hug in toward your center line. What would it be like if you went through this whole next year connected to your center? Anything that happened around you, that happened, and though you stayed in your center, you operate from there. Mountain pose, sweep up. Right side again, right arm under, right leg over. This pose, we're practicing that, creating the center line, squeezing, engage your muscles, hug in, aligning your knees with your navel, with your nose. Now keep your right foot off the floor and come back to airplane. Arms back alongside each other, alongside your body. Yeah. And now interlace your hands at your low back. Press your fist towards your heel, your upper heel. There you go. Yeah, flex your upper foot. Like that, Catherine. Nice. Breathe in. Bring your right foot down to the floor. Mountain pose. Sweep up. Other side eagle. Left arm under, left leg over. And you know, the wobbling and the stepping out, it's all part of the process. Yoga isn't preparing us for any sort of perfection. Like we're perfectly imperfect. So embrace the wobbles. It's all strengthening. It's all learning. Airplane. That's part of being in the center. When we're at our center, we can operate like that. Like, hey, I just learned something great. And in the past, I might have called that a failure and been all bummed out. But hey, I had this experience. It was a great ride. I did that and I learned from it. Interlace your hands behind your back. Press your fist towards your upper heel. Breathe here. Yeah, squeezing your abs, pulling into core. Inhale. Bring your lower foot down. Reach both arms up to the ceiling. Hands to your heart center, tree pose, right foot up. In this metaphor, of course, we're growing roots down through the floor into the earth. And you have those roots. You know, it's the roots of your family, your education, all of your experience. You've got all of that supporting you here. And now reach up. And reach up and open up with that courage and faith. It says, yeah, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to dive into the unknown. Breathe in. Switch to the other side. Take 3 more breaths and move to your fullest expression. Hold nothing back. Full breath in. Release your left foot down to the floor. Reach both arms up high. Inhale. Bow forward. Breathe it out. Halfway lift. Crow pose or malasana. You can take a wide squat. Here we go, Brian. Take crow. Yeah, bring your hands down. Bend your knees. Bring your feet forward. Yeah, shins on your upper arms. Come forward. Lift one foot up. You go. Yeah, lift the other foot up. Go for it. Yeah, you got it. You just did your first crow. All right, step or shoot back, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, move into triangle. Another good place for a block on the outside of your front foot. Open up. So get grounded and open. You know, freedom. Freedom, we know. If we have too much freedom, you start like losing things, bumping into stuff. Try this. Can you straighten this leg? Oh, there you go. Yeah. So we want that combination, the stability and the flexibility. Now look down, take your block or take a block in your right hand, move it forward, half moon, go for it. Yeah, pick your back leg up. There you go, left arm to the sky if you dare. Nice. Take full moon, catch your upper foot. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, step back, high plank pose, low plank, upward dog, downward dog, left foot forward, warrior 2. Right into triangle. Listen to your breath. Straighten this leg like that. Yeah. See that? There you go. All right, you ready to fly? Take it, fly into half moon, go for it. You can even just hover your hand, your left hand above the floor. Yeah, love it. And then you could take your upper foot, the full moon variation. Might be, yeah, Savannah's going for it. Oh yeah, and hovering her hand. Oh, it's always good. It's her second class of the day. She drove all the way here from Bend after the Bend class. Isn't that great? Yeah, kick up, breathe in. Soften your lower knees, step it back, high plank pose. Low plank, upward dog, downward dog. Did you do both classes in Bend? Oh, okay, I just wanted to check. All right, breathe in. Yeah, exhale, empty, step or jump through your arms, come onto your back for bridge. Press your feet down and lift your hips. Now squeeze your inner thighs in toward each other just a bit, as though you've got a block between your legs. Yeah, and push your arms down to the floor as you lift up, opening through your chest. Come down from your upper back to mid back to low back, and then wave your shins back and forth. All right, what's next, Rachel? Wheel. You bet, you bet. Come up, wheel pose. Woo! One of the last wheels in 2021. Yeah, take it right here. Or bridge to modify. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Good work. How's your back? Is it pretty healthy? Oh, it's not? Just take bridge like you did before. Bend your knees. Just lift your hips. Yeah. All right, come back up. Take it up, my friends. Run up. Hey, Stuart, try this out. Oh, I'll do it in the next one. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Nice. Do this. It'll be like her being on the wall. Just grab my ankles. Hands there. There you go. All right. Last one. One for all and all for one. This is it. Here's the countdown. Take it up. Wheel pose. Help me count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Happy New Year. All right. Supta Baddha Konasana. The beginning of the yin. Yeah, and just let yourself just feel and reside in that energy that you just released. The body has an amazing capacity to create energy. If you've been feeling low energy and exhaustion, consider the mat is the place to restore your energy and your body's ability to nourish you, to heal you. Now in this yin posture, we're going to hold this a little bit longer than, we have been holding like one pose per breath. So you can put blocks under both legs. I'll bring you another block. Yeah. Press your feet together and then take your legs wide. Yeah, like that. And you can put, is that pretty good without it? Okay, great. Yeah, I was just saying to Brian, you can put a block or a pillow under your thighs. I think you folks at home are pretty well versed with that. Let go. Mother Teresa said, we learn 3 things throughout our life. We learn to live, we learn to love, and we learn to let go. And so just feel yourself here with every breath and that sense of naturalness, that natural cycle as endings turn into beginnings. Allow yourself to let go anything that you don't need to carry in with you to this next year. For those of you at home, if you couldn't hear, Stuart just said, this is awesome. Yeah. Just allow every pore to open up. You are light. Let yourself shine. Now, at the end of every yin pose, we do a kumbhaka breath. And it's a really easy breath for such a unique Sanskrit name. We'll do it together this first time. So inhale, take a big breath in, and hold it at the top. And you'll breathe out with your mouth closed if you're in here in the studio. You can open your mouth if you're at home. Breathe all the air out and hold the air out at the bottom. And wait until you feel the body's urge to breathe in. And as soon as you feel it, breathe in. This isn't about trying to hold your breath a long time. It's just simply about listening to the body. And once your breath returns to normal, bring your hands under your knees and guide your knees with your arms. Now use your arms. Pull your knees up toward the ceiling. So you're not using those same muscles we were stretching. Bring your feet out apart and let your knees cave in toward each other. So in our yin practice, we take a counter pose after every posture. This is really an opportunity for you to feel, tune into your body's subtle energy. And now very gently draw one knee into your chest, and then the other knee. Roll over to your right side, and with your left hand press into the floor, come up to seated. Our next yin shape will be dragonfly. So I invite you to turn toward a long edge of your mat and take your feet out wide with your toes in the air. So ideally your heels are on your mat, and you can scoot back for that if you need. Now for this pose, you can use the block in a new way. You could bring the block under your forehead so that as you come forward, the block, you can rest on the block. Or, yeah, I see it, yeah, stack 2 blocks. I can also bring bolsters to the folks here in the room. So if you'd like a bolster, just give me a wave. Yes. To journey without being changed is to be a nomad. To change without journeying is to be a chameleon. To journey and to be transformed by the journey is to be a pilgrim. We all start out as pilgrims, wanting to journey and hoping to be transformed by the journey. But just as it is impossible when listening to an orchestra to hear the whole of the symphony for very long before we are drawn to hear only the piano or the violin, in just this way our attention to life slips, and we experience people and places without being affected by their wholeness. And sometimes, feeling isolated and unsure, we change or hide what lives within us in order to please or avoid others. The value of this insight is not to use it to judge or berate ourselves, but to help one another see that integrity is an unending process of letting our inner experience and our outer experience complete each other, in spite of our very own human lapses. I understand these things so well because I violate them often. Yes, I, as you, consider myself to be a pilgrim of the deepest kind, journeying beyond any one creed or tradition into the compelling, recurring space in which we know the moment and are changed by it. Mysteriously, as elusive as it is, this moment, where the eye is what it sees, where the heart is what it feels, this moment shows us what it is to feel the sacred. Begin your Kumbhaka breath inhale, holding the breath, and let it go. Hold the breath out until you feel the request from your body for the inhale. And as you breathe in, you can sit up and bring your hands back behind you. And then just soften your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor. Yeah, just lean back a bit. And you can either let your knees cave in toward each other in that constructive rest pose, feet out, knees in, or you could windshield wiper your knees side to side if that feels good. We can often really feel the impulses and requests of the body so clearly after a long hold like that. And so I invite you to do what feels like it's being requested, even if it's not something I've suggested. Our next posture will be a hip opener, so half pigeon or sleeping swan as it's called in the yin practice. Bring your right knee to the top of your mat. Pull your right shin up as high as works for you. So that's your intensity lever, is your shin. The higher up it goes toward parallel to the top of your mat, the more intense the pose is. Bring your left leg alongside the outer edge of your mat. You can put a block under your right hip. So it's a nice place to get a little support. And then come forward and bow your head. It is said that we hold emotions related to relationships in the hips. Yeah, right? And so they tend to be a little tight. And so it's all right. Can you just honor that? Like honor, relationships have their ups and downs. Yeah, they have their challenges. And so you can acknowledge that tightness that's there and let it go. Let yourself be free. Begin your kumbhaka breath. And as you begin breathing in, take a counter pose. So one could be you could just take your right leg back and come flat onto your belly. You could also take child pose. Anne Marie's taking a supported waterfall, legs up. So listen to your body. These are suggestions, and your body may be asking for something else. And then begin moving to your other side, left knee forward. A reminder, you can also take this pose on your back. So if this knee is sensitive or this hip feels like it's too much, just spin over on your back and take the figure 4 that way. Notice if you could soften even 10% more. Begin your kumbhaka breath. And as you inhale and your breath returns to normal, take your counter pose on this side. It might look different than it did on the other side. Move from this moment in just the perfect way. Our next shape will be waterfall. So if you're here in the studio, on either side, Jennifer and Anne-Marie are demonstrating waterfall. And at home, I think you're pretty familiar with this pose. Just putting a block under your hips, like bridge, and then lifting your feet up to the ceiling. You can also swing your legs up the wall. So if you want to just sit up next to the wall and swing your legs up, then it's like no effort to stay there. Oh, gosh. There we go. Begin your kumbhaka breath here. As you come out of this pose, you could use our next pose as your counter pose, which is a supine twist with knees to the right. So just bring your feet down. You remove the block if you have it, and just let your knees come to the right. Open your arms, your left ear to the floor. Begin your kumbhaka breath. And as you complete that, bring your knees up, and you could use the other side as your counter pose. You could also pause for a few beats in between. Let's see what feels best for you. And begin your kumbhaka breath. As your breath returns to its regular rhythm, lift your knees up toward the ceiling and come into your final posture, Shavasana. If your body's asking for anything else beforehand, yeah, maybe squeezing your knees to your chest, or Supta Baddha can be nice for lengthening the low back. And then come down to your final rest. You have done all of the work that you needed to do this year. It's time to rest. Big breath in and a long breath out. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Very slowly take one knee and then the other to your chest. Roll over to either side, whichever side feels most intuitive to you right now. And from this side, press up to seated. Press your hands together at your heart center, Anjali Mudra. And let's complete this practice by bringing our voices together with the sound of Om 3 times. Breath in. Lift your hands to your forehead center. Take a big breath in. Bow forward. Namaste. Inhale up and open your eyes. Give a namaste to those amazing yogis that you have shared this journey with. And acknowledge these amazing yogis at home who've been with us, Jennifer and Brenda, Jeremy, Katie, and Simeon. Give yourselves a hand. So awesome. I left a little gift for you. It's like, note to self, get less noisy gifts for Shavasana. So anyway, yeah, and sorry, I wish I could transport some right through. Treat yourself to some chocolate. Thank you so much. I acknowledge each of you for taking out the time, like carving out the time in such a busy time of year to reset. I hope this practice serves you in being at your center. You know, it's so important for yourself and also as a model for other people, because people will see and notice how you are, and you know, children, they'll soak it in right away, and others too will see and be changed by how you are as you come into the next year. You can really change the planet in that way. And you're also going to change the planet by helping the Namaspa Foundation. And so thank you so much for that too. So all the proceeds from class today, as well as our silent auction that's going on right now, are going to our foundation, which is our 501c3 nonprofit. And that helps us take yoga out of the studio and into the community. Like Rachel has been teaching classes at the prison. Do you want to say something about that, Rachel? What's that experience like teaching? Here, I'm going to give you the headset.
I haven't been able to teach yet because of COVID, but I'm getting ready to go back soon. And I did pre-COVID, and the experience I had is people would come in kind of with this shell, and as we went through class, these guys would open up and that exterior would fall away, and I feel like it gave them a sense of freedom for at least 60 minutes when they don't get to get out and enjoy freedom right now. And I also introduced them to a little bit of meditation, and that's another gateway to freedom. So that's what my experience with the Namaspa Foundation has been, and I'm excited to, as soon as things change, I'm ready to go back in. And they've already asked us, and they've already reached out, and I'm ready to go back in. And my classes are anywhere from 12 to 17 men. Yeah.
That's at the prison. Yeah, the Deer Ridge prison. And we also have been teaching for a couple years at the Deschutes County Jail, men and women. And we're also on hold there, but they also just called us back there to start teaching their deputies. That's what you want, you know, and you get pulled over, you want to have at least that guy has had his yoga, right? So, and we're in schools, we're in rehab centers, homeless shelters. Like we really, it's these mindfulness tools, you know, they're life saving for us. And so imagine for people who have not made very good decisions and don't know how to do things differently. These really give people the pathway to put their lives back together. So your donations help to pay our teachers to go and do this important work. And so I put out a jar in the front. If you haven't had a chance to donate for this class, do that. Otherwise, also, if you haven't gotten the link for the silent auction, let me know and I'll send it to you. It ends at 9:30 tonight. And there's a lot of really good stuff in it. Over 90 items worth over $12,000. Some of them don't even have bids on them yet. So you can do us a favor by bidding on it, and then you get something that might be 10 or 30% of the retail value, you know, so it works. It's such a win-win. And it also helps the people who donated it because they get you as a new client. So it's really, the silent auction is such a great thing all the way around. It's just fun. And now I want to introduce my husband. Wasn't he wonderful during class? He's never done that before. We just, what was it, like maybe 30 seconds at home, like, I think this could work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. That's enough. We're good.
Wayne, do you want to talk about your, you know, give us an introduction of you and your music, and then we can head in. And I have started gently cooling down the room a little bit, just so you know.
Okay. Good. Well, I've been in a bunch of bands my whole life, off and on, different places in the world, like San Francisco. And oh yeah, and but during the pandemic, I write a lot of songs, but I haven't written any. And then the pandemic started, and people were saying, "I bet you're writing so many songs." I said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And then all of a sudden, we're at our lake house, and it just started happening. And sometimes 3 songs came out a day, and it just kept coming, and it's still going to this day. I wrote one yesterday, so I just figured it's time to start sharing because there's so many of them that I can't get my band to play them all, so I have to start going out on my own and showcasing them. So that's what I've been doing. Problems stick. Been around for like 16 years, and still people don't know who we are, but that's okay. We're used to that. There's actually a couple of CDs out there if you want. And I have a YouTube channel now, so you can go to the YouTube channel and pick up a bunch of these songs that I'm playing today and listen to them there. They're up on with just a picture, and then the song is there. It's not a real video to it. Anyway. Okay, so I'll try to get through some of these for you, and because you're all mellowed out, I'm gonna try to ruin that for you. That's over. The mellow part's over. Well, maybe not. We'll see. I'm gonna pretend I'm eating or drinking without the mask. Flies buzzing around my head, 'cause I'm already dead. Polar bears must not go extinct, the coke trademark stuck in my head. And it's so simple to give up what you don't have. I'm growing a dimple on the cheek that I never had. Mexican frogs are killed and stuffed to join in a mariachi band. I gotta admit, they look pretty cool, serenading me on my nightstand. And it's so different, avoiding what is real. Don't get belligerent, you didn't reinvent the wheel. And it's no secret, you let shame live within. And it's no secret that you don't know how to end. sure know how to be good. Whoa, world is coming to an end. I don't want to know how. Not something I look forward to. Gonna have to speed the plow. And it's not difficult to let things float on by. Don't take it as an insult, it's just pie in your own sky. And it's no secret, you let the worst get the best of you. And it's no secret, you wallow right on cue. Try to see it through. I feel like I'm walking on hot coals, destined to ruin my life. Sticking bamboo under my fingernails, gonna clock out at 5. But it's so easy to ignore the call from beyond. You might get queasy or shell-shocked from being calm. And it's no secret you take things out of context. And it's no secret that you get fairly vexed. Wonder what the heck comes next. Whoa, whoa, There you go. Wow. Thank you. That's called No Secret. A lot of these songs turned into what I referred to as protest songs, thanks to the pandemic and politics involved of 2020, all that kind of stuff. But I try not to make them all that apparent. They're just topical in the way that they're, I don't know, insightful about things. This one is who hasn't had a sad breakup ever? Raise your hand. Don't see any. Okay. Was it you or me that doubled down on the urgency? Was it you or me that left the other with tranquility? Was it you or me that bears our responsibility? Was it you or me? That I gotta start over. I started playing the wrong chord. It's so beautiful. I just got mesmerized by my own song. This one's not about you. Yeah. Was it you or me that doubled down on the urgency? Was it you or me that left the other without tranquility? Was it you or me that bears our responsibility? Was it you or me that wept forever endlessly? Was it you or me that tore my bleeding heart apart? Was it you or me that deceived the other from the start? Was it you or me that compounded things with Cupid's dart? Was it you or me that decided to go all apart? Pile on the immediacy that means nothing now. Then from insecurity, did you lose your grip somehow? Marked by lame proficiency, we lost our sacred cow. We dragged by lunacy, we took our final bow. Was it you or me that called in a 911 emergency? Was it you or me that dabbled in skullduggery? Was it you or me that trampled on our sanity? Was it you or me that toppled over our cherished deity? We found love in a wasteland of seriously broken dreams. We decided to kick the can of insane aborted screams. We were always our biggest fan till we busted at the seams. No need to grandstand, we lost our lucid scheme. Was it you or me that broke the seal of eternity? Was it you or me that trotted out that final decree? Was it you or me that gave into redundancy? Was it you or me that will live on in infamy? Thank you. Word. All right, I'm gonna get to the next song after this as the good story for it. This is a song that a lot of people have told me they could see covered by famous people, whatever that means. I like to rub that into everybody because, you know, we're all famous in our own right, right? So just consider, you know, picture that this is by your favorite artist and not me, and then it'll be a much better song. See, that's what I'm trying to say. Hang on 1 sec. I had to switch a guitar out here for this sound system. I want to make sure at least it's in tune. Oh, it wasn't tuned. It was just me playing it incorrectly. I'm balancing on the fence, wondering what to do. I got no earthly defense and nothing to hold on to. Guess I'm stuck with you. Ooh. Hiding behind the barricade I've put up after all these years. Time to stop the motorcade of useless thoughts and fears. Misery turns into tears. I'm going too fast, but I gotta get me some. I need a sample of your love. No, I don't need too much. I just need a sample of your love. A sample of your love. Sample of your love. Listen to the boundary of what's good for me. I try to take it in stride. Gone way past ecstasy and what's left of my pride. Not one tear has dried. Pushing too hard against the wall. I need a sample of your love. Losing my balance, I'm gonna fall. I need a sample of your love. Sample of your love. A sample of
the time is right, and things fall into place. I never give up the fight. No need to hide my face. I see you standing there, basking in the spotlight. The wind jostles your hair. It's such an uncanny sight, like day turning into night. Try to take it one day at a time, fueling the fire in my soul. It's always an uphill climb, trying to ignite these coals. But sometimes I get on a roll. Lurking in the shadows, I'm nowhere masked. I need a sample of your love. I want something that will always last. Like a sample of your love. A sample of love. A tidbit of your love. When the time is right, and somewhere in the middle we meet, we can bathe in a white light, condemned to a deserted street. If the future looks bleak, it's time to set it right. My knees are growing weak. My knees are staring into that light. I need love's precious bite. Walking the tight wire of loneliness, I may have found a remedy. You can fill up my emptiness with your newfound empathy. Oh, I got those penalties and all its brevity. All due respect, it's become clear. I just need a sample of your love. No, I'm not that cavalier. I need a sample of your love. I know that the end is near. I just need a sample of your love. No, I'm no puppets here. I just need a sample of your love. A sample of your love. A specimen of your love. A sample of your love. There you go. Thanks. That one, the reason I have these lyrics is because I have too many and they're too hard to memorize. Yeah. I got some of them down. I think I got this one down, but I made my cheat notes just in case. Okay, so here's the one about your illustrious teacher that just taught your class. Yeah. Yes, dear. Um, I'd be writing these songs, and she'd come home from work. I was immersed in it. I was like, "Did you write? How many songs you write today? Oh, 2, 1, 3. How many were about me? None. So I finally decided I better write a love song if I want my marriage to last, or at least to get that mosquito out of my ear. So here's a love song to my wife. Gliding along with no real end in sight, listening to warp music, overcome with fearless pride. I was trying to focus on things that weren't really there. Even though I'm hopeless, something in me that really cares. I got you, oh yeah, I got you. No trick that it's true, don't know what I'd do without you. It's my roundabout way to say that I love you. You're here to stay, don't you worry, I got you. Looking into the night sky, I see the perils of the ancient ones. trying to get situated. Hear the miracle in the setting sun. Better beat me up, Scotty. It feels like a floating dream. Even though it's thought provoking, I guess it's real as it ever seems. I got you, oh yeah, I got you. No trick that is true, don't know what I'd do without you. It's my roundabout way to say that I love you. We're here to stay, don't you worry, I got you. Deep in the heart of my lonely room, my sadness was on display. You came along and cleared up the gloom as if it were miles away. I made sure my future was bleak just to pass the time. All you did was take one little peek and showed me a better life. And I got you, oh yeah, I got you. No trick that is true, don't you worry, I got you. It's my roundabout way to say that I love you. We're here to stay, don't you worry, I got you. From now on, I got someone to share my future with. Thought I'd lost track of time, but now I can surely bust that. No more staring into space, wondering what will come next. Done feeling deprived and completely perplexed, 'cause I got you, oh yeah, I got you. No trick that is true, don't you worry, I got you. It's my roundabout way to say that I love you. We're here to stay, don't you worry, I got you.
Okay. And then yeah, sure. Thanks for coming. This one's humorous. It can be. I mean, you can take it either way, but my intended humor. I've been broken like 40 different ways. Just a little token to get me through the haze. I haven't spoken to anyone in days. I've been broken like 40 different ways. Can't you see what this pain has caused me? Ingesting too much CBD and THC. Well, I've been broken like 40 different ways. My blood feels frozen, self-hope is on me. My heart's been broken like 50 different ways. I'll keep smoking to hinder my malaise. I have awoken, feeling kind of crazed. My heart's been broken like 50 different ways. Now it's time to alleviate everything. In theory that sounds easy, but show me where to begin. I've been broken like 50 different times. I need a new slogan to get me through this time. Blind eyes play a part in what you need to see. The factor in harnessing your integrity. Take a stroll down the light memory lane. Drop the pseudo candor and relive the pain. I've been broken like 100 different times. Dipped in the ocean, chugging salty pain. My mind splits open like a mystical shrine. I've been broken like 100 different times. Stumbling toward the enemy of life, giving it what for and upending the night. I've been broken 100 different times. I
too outspoken, so I'll pay for my crime. The circle of life, it twirls like a hula hoop. It wobbles in line, still attempting that dizzy climb. Move over, rover, I gotta make the most of my prime. I've been broken like 40 different ways. I've been smoking a ton of purple haze. That's why I haven't spoken to anyone in days, cause I've been broken 40 different ways. Last call for your reason to go on. Don't fall, think of the beauty you can spot. Been broken 40 different ways. Now I'm like a shogun, polishing my gun. Yeah, I've been broken 40 different ways. My heart is frozen, I hope it goes away. There you go. Huh? Had to put it in there, right? Yeah, it's not just a book by James, what's his name? Sword wielding warrior. Excuse me. Yes. Huh? I can have an encore one after this, but this is awesome. I'm used to doing that. Sometimes I think about our past lives. Will I get murdered in my sleep? Everything typhoons with the changing of the time. How come we never believe? I don't see what the point is. What has everyone done? Must have got wind of all the atrocities coming our way. Hopefully soon they'll all be gone. Sometimes I ponder about our history. Throughout the good times, mostly bad. Guess we'll never know what the future really brings. I think it's safe to say we've been had. It's so hard to distinguish what we all perceive as right. We can always strategize on our own battleground and never give up the fight. So take a minute for reflection. Take a moment to gather your thoughts. Time to be decisive about what the next move is before all hope is lost. Sometimes it all seems so futile. Why even waste your breath? We all need to heed the common ground that we stand on. It's a matter of life or death. So as I look back in anger, emptiness and heartache swarm through me. It's not so much about what's been done as what will be. And that's what tortures me. I wish there was some hope on the horizon that I could put my finger on. boils down to action rather than ignorance. An attempt to right what's wrong. An attempt to right what's wrong. An attempt to right all the wrong. That's a song with a message. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Oh, thanks for coming. That was really fun. They can find my music on. They can find these songs on YouTube. On Wayne Newcome on YouTube. Well, yeah, my name on is Sandwich Hands, but if you go to Wayne Newcome YouTube, that's what comes up. But because my name's all over it, and also if you want really wrecked rock versions of songs like these, you can go to listen to Problem Stick on Spotify or Bandcamp or any major streaming services has our stuff. So if you want to, and there's CDs out there if you're so inclined. Thanks a lot. What? Actually, it's a Orton play. It's a play. Look Back in Anger. He might have used that reference himself because he's British and it was. No, not an album. But yeah, I think it might have borrowed that line too because it's a British play. Gary Oldman played him in the biography movie. Well, thanks for enjoying it. Oh, by the way, I'm playing all this stuff at the Brown Owl on Wednesday. I've got a live gig. It's in the Box Factory.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I just realized I was saying goodbye to everybody here, but we have Simeon and Katie. Thank you so much for staying with us all the way to the end. Wayne was just saying, you probably heard that he's got a gig
I got
on
a gig
Wednesday.
at the Brown Owl on the 5th.
Yay. So come down. I know Simeon's been to a lot of those gigs at the Brown Owl. Come and join us. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And lots of great stuff to come in 2022. Yes. Thank you, Simeon. Big kisses to you.